Under the bright lights of late-night television, millions tuned into The Tonight Show starring Johnny Carson, expecting laughter, comfort, and smooth conversation. But what if I told you that some nights exploded into pure chaos? Behind the famous smile of Johnny Carson, guests walked in and completely shattered the calm, leaving the host stunned, the audience gasping, and the network panicking. Tonight, get ready to relive the most shocking, unpredictable, and unbelievable moments that turned this legendary show upside down. Watch until the end, because the wildest moment is still coming. One of the earliest shocks arrived when Arnold Schwarzenegger appeared in 1979. Young, confident, and bursting with ego, he stepped onto the stage of The Tonight Show like he owned it. His bold manner, unapologetic presence, and candid words pushed the normally controlled rhythm of the show off balance. Johnny Carson, known for total composure, suddenly found himself struggling to keep the interview steady. The audience laughed nervously, realizing they weren't just watching. They were witnessing a force of nature arriving before he became the Terminator. Another unforgettable presence came from the legendary comedian Richard Pryor. His appearances were never just entertainment. They were confessions wrapped in razor-sharp humor. Deep, emotional, and completely honest, Pryor spoke truths that late-night television rarely allowed. There were moments when the room fell silent, the laughter coated with tension. Johnny Carson respected him immensely, but even he knew he was standing next to a man whose energy could change the mood of the entire studio in seconds. Chaos didn't always come from the famous names, it sometimes came from the seats. During one taping at NBC Studios in Burbank, audience members decided to yell, heckle, and interrupt the show as if it were a sporting event. The disruption rattled the pace of the program. Security had to step in. Even Johnny Carson, master of patience, showed visible irritation as he tried to regain control of The Tonight Show. While cameras stayed rolling, but shock also arrived wrapped in sweetness. A young Drew Barrymore appeared on the show and delivered a surprise that has since become television legend. Playful, fearless, and completely spontaneous, she did something so unexpected that Johnny Carson was left wide-eyed and speechless. The audience gasped first, then broke into wild laughter. That moment has been replayed for decades, capturing the spirit of unpredictability that live television will never perfectly tame. Not all surprises were gentle. The sharp-tongued comic Don Rickles stormed the stage with jokes that cut far deeper than usual. Normally, his insult humor made Johnny Carson laugh, but this time it went too far. Rickles pushed boundaries, mocked relentlessly, and turned the set into verbal battleground comedy. Carson had to step in, smartly redirecting the energy before it completely spun out of control. Sometimes chaos arrived as anger. Drumming legend Buddy Rich appeared furious, boiling with emotion. Feeling mocked, he erupted literally. He flipped furniture on the set of The Tonight Show, startling the audience and crew. Chairs slid, props shifted, and Johnny Carson stood frozen in disbelief. It remains one of the wildest physical outbursts ever seen on a talk show. Then there was power wrapped in intellect. Orson Welles. Brilliant, demanding, and larger than life, he turned conversation into a one-man performance. He redirected questions, dominated the moment, and bent the flow of the interview around himself. Johnny Carson tried to guide him, but with Orson Welles, the spotlight simply obeyed the legend. Another storm arrived in the form of Hunter S. Thompson, the wild spirit of gonzo journalism. His appearance felt like trying to interview a moving thundercloud. He spoke in unpredictable bursts, challenged ideas, and dragged the conversation through hilarious and dangerous territory at once. Johnny Carson handled it with skill, but the energy of that segment made the studio feel as if lightning could strike at any moment. The darkest moment came with Oliver Reed, clearly intoxicated, emotional and unfiltered. He rambled across boundaries, ignored questions, and turned laughter into discomfort. He staggered, knocked things over, and pulled the atmosphere into uneasy silence. Johnny Carson did what he always did: protected his guest, protected his audience, and calmly steered the situation to safety. Those unforgettable nights proved that Johnny Carson wasn't just a host, he was the anchor in chaos, the calm in every storm. The Tonight Show became more than entertainment. It became legend. Some guests shocked, some amazed, but all helped crown him the true king of late-night television. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more incredible stories.